Today we head to Oran Park in Sydney to check out an open plan entertainer with a hidden mezzanine. Really surprising when you come in here. From the street front, I had no idea, but you've managed to sneak in an amazing mezzanine level up as soon as you walk in the house. It's fantastic. Tell me about that.
The mezzanine's been a really interesting inclusion to the design. It was born from our drafting team and working with our sales consultants, listening to what our clients were talking to us about, in particular around the use of space and I suppose taking advantage of every square inch of a block that a client might have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the key feature from my perspective is it really opens up that roof and ceiling area, and you've managed to integrate the beautiful highlight windows above, really flooding natural light through the house. So that's like a key area, so congratulations on that. So Joel, tell me a little bit about the backyard. I mean, you're typically going to be building this house for young families. You've managed to get a pretty good footprint out there with the backyard, so it's a pretty impressive space.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the benefit of utilising the loft space in that living space, is it does give us, I suppose, potentially a little bit of a shorter footprint. And with the block sizes under so much pressure, sort of right around Australia, it does give us the opportunity to open up a little bit more expanse and keep a bit more backyard space for our clients.
Is this a particular style of finishes we're dealing with here? Is this a standard range? Is this the high end, what we've got in this current house?
Sure. This home's predominantly built to our standard range. There are a number of inclusions that have been upgraded throughout the home. However, the majority of what you see throughout the house here is based on our standard inclusion package.
Touching back on that loft, whose idea was that? It's brilliant, because I'm led to believe it actually makes complying in these type of developments out here, instead of going to that two-storey, you guys were able to make this building comply and gain that extra space. Was that, who came up with that idea?
Yeah, sure. So the design was really worked through with our design and drafting manager, along with one or two of our sales consultants. And I guess it really evolved over time, just looking at people's requirements and what people were asking for. And certainly the thought of space becoming more and more expensive on land, I guess the idea of moving up into the ceiling cavity was something that we thought could certainly utilise space a lot better.
Well, typically it's such a big void in most homes, so the fact that you've utilised it is really smart thinking from Southern Vale, so kudos there. Explain to me, where else do you guys build? Tell me a little bit about Southern Vale.
So we operate out of 6 different areas around Australia. So we were born and bred out of a small regional centre in Wodonga back in 1994, and have grown to become across 6 regions now right throughout New South Wales and Victoria.
Where are those regions?
So we currently operate out of Bendigo, Shepparton in Victoria as well, Wodonga as I mentioned, Griffith here in Sydney, in southwest Sydney, and also in Ulladulla on the south coast of New South Wales.
So Joel, it's my understanding that Southern Vale is able to sort of tailor the builds to those specific areas we were just talking about. So typically someone in Ulladulla is not going to be asking for the same style of home that you're going to be building in Shepparton. So the flexibility opportunity with Southern Vale is there. Do you want to touch base on that a bit?
Yeah, I guess carrying our own drafting team internally, we have a lot more flexibility potentially to cater for the requirements in each of those different areas. As you mentioned, places like Ulladulla are much more coastal style homes, whereas an area such as Bendigo might be seeing far more broad, wide frontage, ranch style designs, very different to what we'd be building, as I say, in Ulladulla or potentially here in Sydney.
So you guys are affiliated with the MBA, the Master Builders Association. I'm led to believe you guys have won a pretty prestigious award for this house.
Yeah, that's right. We built this design down in our Wodonga display village, and we were lucky enough to win an award for best display home between 350 to 500,000 in the Regional Victorian Awards.
Oh, congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
That leads me into the final question, the most important question. Sure. What are we looking at for a house like this? How much?
Yeah, so a starting price for this particular home is around the 300,000 mark. And then obviously there's a lot of options and flexibility that people can take to the design and making their own way through what they would like to see in the way of inclusions throughout the home.
Yeah, nice. All right, thanks very much, Joel. Thanks for showing us through the house. It's fantastic.
No problem. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Ta.